So we'll start seated at the middle of our mat for a breathing exercise. I don't have a block here, so I have my clue box to sit on. But if you have a block, you might want to sit on that, up to you. Find it comfortable, cross-legged or kneeling or whatever works for you. As we're seated, see if you can draw your attention inward. We will breathe and move. Good morning. And breathe and repeat. I am just the guide. If you become distracted at any time, try to bring yourself back to your breath. It'll help you land back on your mat. And if anything doesn't feel right in your body, please modify as you see fit. Perhaps closing your eyes, perhaps putting a hand on your belly and your chest. We'll start with some square breathing. Breathing in for 4, holding the breath at the top, exhaling for 4, I'm sure you know, and holding the empty. Breathing in for 1 and 2 and 3 and hold. Exhaling for 4 and 3 and 2 and pause. Inhaling for 1 and 2 and 3 and hold. Exhaling for 4 and 3 and 2 and empty. Last time, perhaps your deepest. Inhaling for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Exhaling for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and empty. From here, I would recommend Ujjayi breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, gently constricting the back of the throat. Planting a hand down on the mat, reach the other hand up and over, gazing at the upper arm, opening up the side body. Taking long inhales, long exhales. And we simply reverse, planting the other hand for support, yawning, opening this side of the body, gazing up at that hand. Feeling a lovely opening through the muscles inside the rib cage, the obliques. And rest. Interlacing the hands at the low back. Big exhale as you fold forward, letting the hands go to wherever they land, all good. Opening up across the chest. One more breath. and back to seated. I'm going to move into tabletop position now, so if you have a prop, just get rid of it. Hands spread on your mat, under your shoulders, knees under hips, or perhaps gently behind. We'll start with a few cat-cows, dropping the belly, lifting the chin, inhale, fill up. Exhale, round. Inhale, fill up, shoulders down and back, soft belly. Exhale, round. Last one, maybe your biggest inhale, lifting the chest and chin. Exhale, doming through the back, pushing away the mat. Back to neutral spine, simply tuck the toes under, hover the knees for 3 breaths. For 2. And press yourself back into your first down dog. Maybe step the hands a little bit further, pedaling the feet, letting the head and neck be soft. Doing what feels right in your body, whatever is intuitive. One more breath. On an inhale, we will plant the left foot. The right leg will lift up high to the sky. We'll bend that right knee, stacking right hip over left. 3-legged dog. Engage your hamstrings, drawing your foot to your seat. Hold it there. One more huge breath. And releasing that foot to the mat. The right foot plants, same thing. Left leg lifts high on an inhale, stacking left hip over right. No lazy feet, drawing your foot to your seat muscles, your glutes. And releasing that foot back to the mat. Looking ahead of you on the mat, walk, step, tiptoe, find yourself in a nice passive forward fold at the top of the mat. Reaching for opposite elbows, swing side to side maybe, or ragdoll arms. Really let the neck, the head be loose. On an inhale, slide your hands to your calf, your shin muscle, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more times. Halfway lift, long spine, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to root and rise all the way to the top. Hands coming above the heart, palm to palm, lovely. Bringing your hands down to heart center. Mountain. Taking a big inhale, release the index fingers to the sky. Long arms. Big inhale, lengthen. On an exhale, tip over to the right. Standing half moon. With each inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, deepen. Lengthen. Deepen. Inhale, upright. Bend the knees, maybe change the grip to the non-dominant grip. Again, other side, lengthen. And then tip over, deepen on an exhale. Engaging the quads so the kneecaps will lift up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. One more breath. Rising back to a stand. Lower your arms to shoulder height. Maybe separate the feet a little. Completely up to you. Shoulder blades on the upper back. Sit back for chair, Utkatasana. Putting some weight in your heels. Arms like lightning bolts in the other direction. Maybe deepen your chair. Find your edge. Long spine. On an inhale, we're going to rise all the way up to our feet, up on our toes. Awkward pose, as I just fell out. Gently soften the knees, staying high on the toes. Stay for another breath. On an inhale, we're going to rise to stand and lower the heels. From here, we're going to take our left arm, wrap it underneath our right for eagle, Garudasana, or reach for opposite shoulders. Sit the hips back like chair. Take the left up and over. Either tap down or bind, whatever's available to you. As if your spine was against a wall behind you, nice and tall. Maybe deepen. Pressing forearm to forearm, thigh to thigh. One more breath. Beautiful. Releasing arms, releasing legs. Find yourself back in mountain. Setting up the pose on the other side. Right arm under left. Sitting back and down. Right leg over left. Tapping down is great. Or binding, whatever available. Or hug yourself. Long, deep inhales. Long, deep exhales. One more breath. Exhale, lifting the leg up and over. Unset. From here, we're going to do a few sun A's, starting at the top of the mat. Sun salutation A. Take a big inhale up. Maybe baby back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Pause in plank. From your knees or toes, chaturanga with an exhale. Coming halfway down. Cobra or up dog. Depends how your spine feels. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause. Planting the left foot as we did before. Split dog, lift the right leg nice and high. Draw the knee to the nose. Pause. And then step through. Set your foundation as if you were on train tracks. Take a big inhale. Find yourself in high lunge. Opening up the side body, maybe gazing up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank and pause. From your knees or toes, Chaturanga, Dandasana, halfway lower, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Spread the hands, feet hip distance apart. One breath. Planting the right foot, same series, other side. Let the other leg high to the sky. Split dog. Tucking the knee to the nose in high plank. Stepping through. Find yourself up. High lunge. The right hip comes forward, left comes a little bit back. One more breath. Planting the hands, frame the foot, step back to plank. Let's stay for 3 breaths in high plank this time. Maybe shifting your chest a little bit past the hands for 3, 2, from your knees or toes, Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Looking ahead of you on the mat. Tiptoe step, maybe even hop. Find yourself in chair when you get there, arms high to the sky, by your ears, sit your hips way back and down. 3 breaths. Looks great. Always coming back to the breath. On an inhale, we're going to stand, putting our weight in our left foot, lift the right leg to hip height. Step yourself back, find yourself in high lunge. Left hip back, right hip forward, hamstrings engaged. Big inhale. From here, we're going to do 3 big circles, circling arms back, moving from high lunge into runners 3 times, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale as you circle back, runner's lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle back. Last time, inhale, maybe make it your biggest. Exhale, circle back, runners. Pause. Hopping the right foot in a little bit. Plant your hands on blocks or the floor, framing your left foot. Lift the right leg, warrior 3 legs, toppling 3 legs. Squaring the right hip to the mat. 3 breaths. Planting the left foot firmly, left hand, I apologize, in front of the left foot. Take the right hand to the right hip, and as if you were opening it up to the right side, floating half moon. Arm can extend or be on the hip. Your choice. Gaze can be to the right or the mat. One more breath. Planting the right hand firmly down. Step yourself back. Right foot back. Left foot. High plank. 3 breaths. From your knees or toes, Chaturanga. cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog, and pause. Looking ahead of you on the mat, walk, step, hop to the top. Sit yourself right back and down again into chair, Utkatasana. Can you deepen your chair this time? 3 breaths. On an inhale, we stand. We take the left knee to hip height. And then step back. Find yourself in high lunge. Tucking the left hip under, squaring the hips to the top of the mat. From here, I know you know we're going to go those 3 big swan dive circles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale into runners, hinging forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging forward. Lovely. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Pause. Framing that front right foot, pushing into it, squaring the hips to the mat, drawing your forehead to your shin, toppling tree legs or warrior 3 legs. Three breaths. Planting your right hand firmly in front of your right foot. Left hand comes to the left hip, perhaps peeling open the left hip, perhaps falling like your instructor did. You can stay there or extend the left hand to the sky and the gaze to the left. Ardha Chandrasana, floating half moon. One more breath. Setting your foundation again with that left hand, bending into the right knee. Left foot comes back. Frame the front foot. Just repeat my time. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause. Well done. This is far too quick a practice for me. Gently looking ahead of you, I'd like you to come to the middle of your mat. Sit your hips right down. Find yourself in staff pose, legs straight along the mat on your sits bones, nice and tall, reaching up overhead. Hopefully your hamstrings will feel a little warmer now. Exhale, forward fold with a long spine, looking at your feet. Hands can land anywhere. 3 breaths. And then make it passive, lower the head. Always coming back to that breath. Rolling up slowly, we're going to grab an imaginary rope. Couple of postures on our back, and then we'll sign off. Slower than you think you can, roll yourself all the way down to your back, setting up for bridge. Feet under knees, can almost tickle your heels if you reach. Palms on the floor, pushing into all four corners of the feet, lift up. You can stay there. You could have put a block for a passive bridge under your tailbone, or retract the shoulder blades, broadening across the chest. 3 huge breaths here. Gently exit the posture, retracing your steps, hands come apart, shoulders apart. Lower the spine to the mat. Left leg long, right leg, wrap it. Hands around the shin, pulling tightly to your right rib cage. Reaching perhaps for the outside of the right foot, although the right hand comes inside for half happy baby. Heel pushes up, hand gently pulls down, tailbone long on the mat. Taking the right foot, cross it over gently. Reach through, give it a big hug for figure 4. Tucking your chin in, again tailbone is on the mat. The left foot plants, the arms open to the side. Any spine twist you like. I'm just doing fallen figure 4, which I do in class a lot, but anything you want. Could even take eagle legs. Tipping to the left. Maybe close the eyes. Coming back to center, extend your right leg long on the mat, wrapping your hands around the left shins, pulling down to the left side of the rib cage firmly. So you're really compressing here on this wind relieving pose. When you feel ready, reach for the outside of the left foot. Your arm is cradled inside the left leg, however. Heel high, pulling gently down. Should be good after all the workouts you guys do in the week. Your right foot will gently plant on the mat, left foot crossing over, figure 4. Maybe reaching through the space you made. Maybe pushing out on that left thigh, whatever feels good to you. Planting the right foot, any spine twist. I'm doing fallen figure 4 with arms outstretched. Do what feels right to you. Coming to the end of our practice. Coming back to center, Supta Baddha Konasana, cobblers, maybe with your knees open if that feels good. Maybe hand on your belly and your chest again. If you were doing Ujjayi, please come back to just easy breathing. Drawing the knees gently together. Extend the legs high to the sky. Hands at the side are tucked gently under the hips. Finish with one little ab exercise, lowering the legs ever so slowly until you feel your abs switch on. Maybe gaze at the feet, maybe cradle the head for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and Shavasana. I'm going to suggest you stay for 1 minute at least in Shavasana if you can. Easy breathing. If you can stay longer, that's even better. I will switch off the camera. I hope you can stay longer. Thank you for your time and energy and for always showing up. It's so nice to see your lovely family. Hands to heart center. Namaste.